So Dan, tell us a little about yourself. Where are you from?
From Honolulu, Hawaii.
Well, that's a shock.
We started a new market center just about a month ago.
Yep.
It's our first.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be part of Keller Williams. My wife and I work as a team. We have right now we have a team of 7 agents and 2 assistants.
Right. Now, have you been in real estate how long?
8 years.
8 years. And what did you do before this?
I sold waterproof cameras around the world. Took a belt of the equator, and that was my market. So I traveled a lot.
Wow. Oh, wow. And what made you get in real estate?
My wife said that she should get to know my sons since I was stay home a little bit.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So you and I had a wonderful chat about you using seminars to build your business, and you went after senior moves.
Yes.
So walk us through this.
Yeah.
Tell us what you did.
Well, the time when I started, people weren't really selling real estate. They were holding it because values weren't that great. Market was kind of teetering down. And we realized that people were selling if they had to sell. And those people were the seniors. Seniors who were selling because of a reason. And it was a lifestyle change.
They needed to sell.
Exactly. Yeah. So we started another company called Senior Move Managers, and we help people downsize, declutter their homes, because that's the hardest thing for a senior to do, is to downsize their stuff. And so we found a little niche, which became a fairly large niche, because in Hawaii, 1 in 5 is a senior today. In about 10 years, it'll be 1 in 4. So it'll be a pretty large population of seniors who are going to go through this transition in life.
You're talking about nationally?
No, just in Hawaii.
Just in Hawaii.
Yeah. If you go to the Administration of Aging, it'll show you for every state what the aging population looks like, and it's typically between 12 and 18%.
Gotcha. So how do you start? How do you do something like this?
Well, what we did is we wanted to network with the right type of industry, and so that's the gerontological industry. We networked at senior fairs. When I get back, there's a 3-day senior fair we'll be at, which we've been at for the last 5 years, and we've been known to be, we're the only real estate agent in those fairs, and we've been known to be the people who help seniors. We also attend aging in place seminars or workshops for maybe they're not even selling their home, but they're aging in place. How do they do that? And how do they process life by aging in place and maybe making a better lifestyle out of staying home? So it takes the edge off of us just trying to sell real estate. It's really helping people.
Now, when you go to these events, what are you actually doing, Dan?
A number of things. We have seminars at the events. We have senior living options seminars, which kind of gives them an overview of what their options are in the retirement community realm, as well as condos and townhomes. And we have declutter seminars. We actually teach people how to declutter their stuff.
And it's big for them.
It's huge. It's huge. Yeah, so we've been
I may need to go to one of those.
But yeah, we become like social workers in a sense, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is it an uplifting or a downlifting?
I mean, it's a very uplifting event because people come there overwhelmed with having the stress and burden of, I can't move because I have too many things, so I'm not going to move. So they get trapped by their own personal belongings, right? So what we do is help them realize that it's not that hard to do, and we can help them process life and get through this.
You're almost like transition managers.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you find that people are dreading this conversation, and what you're doing is trying to bring life to it?
Actually, they're seeking it. They're seeking the conversation. They're seeking us because they don't know what to do. They're stuck. But they realize that their home may not be the right place for them, so they're looking for alternatives. Yeah. And so we've been asked to speak all over the place with senior communities, senior clubs. On our island, there's 52 senior clubs. We'll speak at every one of them. They all just call us and ask us to come and speak
There's
there.
52 senior clubs in your area?
Yeah, on our island, yeah.
Just on the main, just on
Just on
Oahu?
Oahu, yeah. And so they come, and that's a free venue. You know, they call us. You know, I pay nothing for it to get there. They just call us to come and speak about either senior living options or removing declutter. Yeah.
How did you figure out how to put together a seminar for that?
Well, it was just by trial and error. My brother did seminars. He was in the reverse mortgage industry, and he kept harping on me that I should, he's my older brother, so he would always tell me what to do.
Of course. Tony tells me what to do.
Yeah,
And so I eventually listened.
definitely
and,
your older brother.
and realized we just want to provide information. We want to provide information that they're looking for, that they're seeking. And so there's a number of different areas that we go, those two, senior living options and decluttering and aging in place.
And that decluttering, a lot of times there's quite a bit of wealth created in that decluttering. I mean, they've just been collecting this stuff, and all of a sudden you wake up one day and you've got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of decluttering.
Yes, yes, they have. Our record is an 88-year-old lady who lived in her home 82 years. So she had some stuff in her house.
You know, you could call American Pickers.
Right, that's exactly right, is what they
Or
are.
the Antique Roadshow.
Yeah, that's right, the Antique Roadshow, right. Yeah, very interesting.
All right, so talk to us about the biggest challenge a senior faces. Is it the clutter and the stuff and the urgency?
It is the clutter, because they just can't seem to move forward. They have a hard time letting go of their things. You know, they have so many years of memories, and to us and those around them, it's clutter. But
You work with an estate seller to help them get rid of it too?
we do some of that. We actually do some of it ourselves.
Okay, you do, okay.
Yeah, selling it online or garage sales or estate sales.
You understand the values and all
Yes,
that.
yeah. Well, we have to seek advice on many things, right? Because we're not the expert in everything.
Right, okay.
So how do you market this? How do you market yourself to do you simply market yourself as a specialist, or are you marketing yourself for the events? Have you branded yourself?
Yes, we basically branded ourselves. So from the beginning, we focused on the senior markets, and we wanted to be positioned everywhere the senior looks. And that's not Pinterest or Yahoo, it's the newspaper. And so that's where they look, that's where we were. And we were there every week.
What's the name of your team again?
Ihara team.
No, but I mean, you said you had a brand name for the seniors?
We have two companies, Senior Move Managers and Declutter Hawaii. Believe it or not, Tony, there's a whole industry called National Association of Senior Move Managers. Yeah,
Wow.
It's a whole industry, and it's grown 300% in the last 2 years.
All right, it'll continue to grow.
Yes, it will.
I'll soon be there.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But it's an issue that all of us will face, you know, as baby boomers
Yeah.
continue to grow.
No, totally right, totally right. So how do you market yourself?
Really, we do a lot of it through the newspaper, but we also do it through networking. So we have been meeting with, from the gerontologists to the case managers in the hospitals, to the retirement communities, to the care homes. So everybody in the industry that touches an
You
aged
farm the
person.
industry. You
We
farm the industry.
correct.
All the support, vending,
Right.
and yeah.
The biggest two are wills and trust attorneys and financial planners. Those are the two that would keep feeding us business.
They can use any realtor, or they can use a specialist.
Yes, yes,
That's the point.
that's right. Yeah. Well, somebody that does everything. Because it's easy to find a realtor, but it's not easy to find somebody who can do everything.
Right, right. So let's talk about the format of your presentation when you do that.
Okay. Well, we do it monthly. So our newspaper ad goes out on a Tuesday. 2 weeks later, we have a seminar. We do limit it to about 35 to 40 people. It's from 9 to noon. And at noon, we serve lunch. And they hang out and they tell us their personal stories. And sometimes those stories go on and on. But it really allows us the time to bond and create a relationship. Because really, that's what we're doing.
Right.
It's creating that relationship.
Is this you doing the seminar?
Yes, yes, I do the speaking. And I have a partner that is one of the retirement communities that speaks on the senior living option portion. So the first half is they talk about all the retirement communities in the area. They also talk about if you're aging in place, what does life look like? How much does it cost? What are the services available? How do you interview for those services? And then again, what are the other options for them? Then we talk about downsizing and decluttering. Then we talk about marketing and selling their home and making the entire transition. So they get it that it's possible.
Did you have to do the research to kind of create this agenda a little bit to figure out what the issues were?
We did. There were a lot of errors and trials going through the whole process. We've learned it. We've been doing this. I've done over 300 seminars over the last several years.
Wow.
Half of them we sponsored ourselves. The other half we were invited to. From financial planners, again, just the industry will call on us to speak. Yeah.
So you said that there were two big challenges for you when you do this. What are those?
The cost of newspaper ads, because that's where the seniors are looking. You know, the cost is high and it's getting higher. Fortunately, we locked in at a fairly good rate that can kind of protect us for a little while, but we're really the only player. So we've been able to compete in a competitive market without any competition. And I got that from the Blue Ocean Strategies, the book. But yeah, it's really it's just a newspaper cost.
You're not going to have much competition.
No, no. We've created a large enough barrier to entry at this point that it's hard for someone to enter.
It's I don't mean this offensively, but it's hard for the real estate community to think specialist.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
It's just hard.
Yeah.
They don't. I don't know why, but they think generalist.
Right, right.
And it makes no sense to me. But you know,
we partnered about 3 years ago. We partnered with a new retirement community that was building, and they needed money to start building. So they partnered with us to declutter homes. And so we, out of the 170 units, we moved in about half of them through that facility. But now the other challenge is finding other communities that will need that help. And it's fairly limited in the islands.
So do all these seminars and everything, and I noticed in your little statement you said people they can trust, and I know trust is huge for the seniors. Do those seminars then create the trust that
It
they're
does.
looking for?
We give them a compelling reason to use us, and a lot of that's by emotion. You know, seniors won't remember all the technical things you share with them, but they remember what your heart looks like. And so we always end with our mission statement, and that is to honor God with the highest level of competency, care, and compassion with uncompromising integrity.